we all have our moments where, we need someone to lean on, someone to talk to, someone to have a social connection with.
Today we're going to speak to instructors Cindy Dalmolin and Jennifer Shimek, along with student Casey Koenig, about the Active Minds organization. We're also going to speak with ACC counselor Lilly Guu about some of the mental health services offered on campus. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes,
Yeah,
thanks
thank
for
you.
having us.
Cindy, tell me a little bit about the Active Minds organization and what it does on campus.
Okay, well, so I didn't even know about Active Minds until a couple of years ago. We had a couple of students approach me that wanted to start this on our campus. And so they had to educate me on what it was. So Active Minds is actually a national organization, and it's not just on college campuses, it's also on high school campuses. And its goal is to elevate the conversation about mental health. And the reason for that is that, if you look at statistics, the second leading cause of death for students who are college age is suicide. And their research shows that if a college student is going to talk to somebody about suicide, it's most likely going to be another college student. And so what Active Minds wants to do is educate students on how to have conversations about mental health and how to refer other students to resources that can be beneficial to them. It's a really important organization, and you can have a chapter on your campus, and so that's what these students wanted to do. And so we went from there. We went through the process to organize a chapter and start one here at ACC.
So what are some of the activities that y'all do on campus, or what are some of the things y'all do on campus to sort of further y'all's mission?
Well, so we have regular meetings where we try to highlight a mental health issue, and but organizing events on campus also takes a lot of our time. Mm-hmm. The very first event that we did a Better You on campus, and it was a part of a wellness week. And so we invited different mental health counselors and people who work in the mental health professions to come to the campus and share with students. We did a fair where, just different mental health tips that students could use in their life. So we had a wall where students could write and share stories and encourage others and, just open the conversation. So we also collected shoes.
And made.
I think I was going to say the shoe drive was y'all's first event. I remember.
Yeah, that's what it was. That we had shoes, and with each pair of shoes, we put one of the mental health stories the student had contributed. And this was, some of them did not want their names associated with the story, but they wanted to tell their story. They wanted to be able to share what had happened to them. So the shoes represented somebody's story, and then we donated the shoes.
Casey, why did you decide to join Active Minds?
I actually joined, I think I got the invitation in the summer of 2020, and I'd only started school like the fall before, so I didn't realize that they had actually been so new around the time that I joined. And then I immediately, applied for an officer positions. I've been the secretary, and then after that I moved on to becoming the president that I've been since the spring of 2021. So I wanted to join because I'm a psychology major. I wanted to become a substance abuse counselor, so this is a huge passion of mine, and so being a part of this, I think, has also helped me grow as a person. I'm a lot more vocal about things. I do public appearances, and I get to speak to people, because I know for sure that a couple years ago I wouldn't have been able to do an interview like this. But it's really got a lot of benefits for me. I get to connect with other people. I get to network. We've expanded to doing the association with Devereaux, so that's branched even out of our community. So I feel like it's really helped all of us grow. We're learning our way together.
You feel like it's valuable experience for you? If
yes.
Kind of your future profession, you kind of feel like it's going to give you some experience that'll
yes,
kind of
most
inform
definitely.
your career a little bit.
Yeah, Casey's our creative mind.
Jennifer, can you tell me more about the relationship between Active Minds and Devereaux?
Yes. Well, during the pandemic, we needed to be really creative on ways to engage with students and the community. And so we were thinking of safe ways to do that when face-to-face contact or in-person contact was limited. And so we decided to reach out to Devereaux. They're an inpatient mental health facility in League City. And so we decided to make care cards for them, for all of the Devereaux staff, for all of the clinical workers, as well as all of the residents. And so that's something that we can all take part in as advisors, as student members and student leaders, and just share words of encouragement and let them know that, you know, they're remembered, they're thought of. And so once we did that, we delivered the cards, we were invited to participate in their holiday gift giving. And so by doing that, we were able to extend that campus-wide here at ACC, and all of the departments pitched in, and we were able to provide gifts for 18 residents in their facilities. So really making a difference, you know, when they're going through challenging times, I guess they're there for all different kinds of mental health struggles.
What kind of facility is Devereaux, by the way?
Devereaux Advanced Behavioral Health is located in League City, Texas, and they are a national nonprofit partner for individuals, schools, families, and communities. And they offer a wide variety of mental health services and assessments and educational resources to individuals. They have inpatient and outpatient care, from acute care to treatment in residential settings, autism assessments, employment transition services, therapeutic foster care services. So there's so much that they offer. And so this is one resource kind of in this Bay Area in our community that individuals can reach out to should they need support.
So kind of moving forward with Active Minds, like how do you kind of feel the future is for this organization on campus? Because I know y'all just started out about 2 or 3 years ago. So, I mean, you're still kind of young on campus as far as the student organization is concerned. So,
that's right. Well, you know what happened? We had Better You. That was the week before spring break.
We never came back.
And then we never came back until a year and a half later. So we are just getting our feet back on the campus. We're doing this wellness event that's coming up, Wellness Walk, and we're hoping to make a presence on the campus and let people know that we're here. What's amazing is even though through the pandemic we managed to keep meeting, we just used the resources that were available to us. We met through Teams. We had events through Teams we did a Netflix movie night. So, you know, I think students know about us or beginning to know about us, but now that we're physically present again, I think that's going to help students become aware of our organization. I hope we grow. We need more students involved. And we also want to provide more programs, more resources, because like I said, it's getting that information to students so that they have it when they come across students who need it.
If a student wanted to join, how can they do it?
Well, they could contact Professor Shimek or myself, and it's easy. We'll set them up, and they'll get notifications about our meetings. Right now, we're still currently meeting on Teams, and that seems to be working for a lot of our students. They don't have to make another trip to campus if they're not here for a class. Mm-hmm. But we want to also start doing more events on campus where they can, have that physical presence with one another. And so
I would like to add that I think there's a huge benefit to student participation. So I think with this organization, it speaks to every major, not just psychology majors. It's relevant for everyone. They're able to serve the students here on the campus, as well as, have service work outside of the campus as well. And these are events and activities that, yes, speak to mental health and raise awareness, but in terms of just personal growth and development, giving students an opportunity to develop leadership skills and professional skills. And these carry forward with them beyond the classroom, in organizations like this and as they go out into the workforce.
Also the reminder of self-care. Because even for me, some of the things in our programs that we've done, it reminds me the importance of taking care of my own mental health. Mm-hmm.
Casey, how important do you think it is to have that sort of student-to-student contact with this organization when you're working with students who might need those kind of services and help?
Well, when you're talking about needing those services, I think that applies to everyone. We all have our moments where, we need someone to lean on, someone to talk to, someone to have a social connection with, especially since, in the last couple of years, a lot of people don't get to have those if they're, if they work from home or they take online classes, this might be their only outside contact. And without outside contact, we as human beings, we're very social creatures, so we can't survive without that.
Well, thank you all. I appreciate y'all talking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lily, before I talk to you kind of about the services that we have on campus, tell me why mental health awareness is so important.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I know that's a big question to answer, but I mean, it's important because I don't think that a lot of people are aware of what's going on.
Yes, well, definitely. I brought some some current stats here from Active Minds. And according to a recent survey that they conducted, 39% of students in college experience a significant mental health issue. So you see that there is a large percentage of college-age students that are going through something. And in that survey, they also indicated that people within the ages of 18 to 24, so within that college range, 67% that are dealing with anxiety and depression don't seek treatment. So the need is definitely there. And I would say that going through the pandemic, it just kind of amplified mental health and hopefully just brought it more to the forefront of just the need of mental health and how that affects our overall well-being.
And was that kind of due to maybe the separation from people in that time that just exacerbated the existing problems?
Absolutely. I mean, it was something that affected everyone in one way or another. And just the fact that we were, there were so many unknowns and we're isolated, we're separated from friends, from loved ones, and we need that social connection. That is important to our overall well-being and mental health.
So you look at an organization like Active Minds, what benefit do you think they bring to the campus, having that sort of peer-to-peer model?
Yeah, I think it's great because it's a wonderful way for students to interact with other students, to take away that stigma of talking about mental health, normalizing that, having an open forum to learn about it and talk about it and connect with others. So I'm so grateful that we have that organization here on campus. Another great thing that Active Minds has as a model is to validate, appreciate, and refer. And I think that's great. So it is an opportunity for students to know they don't have to be the end-all be-all and know everything, but if they can help to connect someone to me as a counselor for counseling services or to additional resources that could be helpful, like a crisis hotline. We have the National Suicide Prevention line that's available to help anybody in crisis. And I tell students, I'm only here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, but I want you to know if you're going through a crisis, reach out for help. And one of those resources is you can text TALK to 741-741, and you can get connected to resources, a crisis counselor, and that's 24/7. So it's available at any time that someone needs it. And another great campaign that is very helpful is called Seize the Awkward. And you can find more information at seizetheawkward.org. And they have great resources on how to start conversations about mental health with your friends, what you could say during that conversation, and how you can get them connected to resources and help. Because a lot of times, students or young adults may not feel comfortable coming and sharing some of this very personal and vulnerable information to someone else, but they might feel more comfortable talking to a peer. And so if we empower those peers to know where to go and how to have those conversations and what are those resources available on campus or outside of campus, then that's great.
If you have a student who's facing some of these issues, what are the services that the college directly offers that can help a student out with something like that?
Okay, well, I'm grateful to be here on staff as a counselor at ACC, and I do offer short-term personal counseling, and I am going to start some support groups. That's going to be coming up this semester, which I'm excited about as well. I offer other wellness workshops and events, and then I also help as a referral source. So, I may not be able to see everyone or help everyone, but if they come to me, I can be a point of contact and can give them additional resources that can help them.
A lot of the times, students who have mental health issues, there's also other issues that they're facing, what they call food challenges and, even homelessness in some instances. Are some of those resources also available to those students to sort of help them meet those needs?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. We do have blessing boxes on campus, which provides non-perishable food and other toiletries, and it's open completely to the community, and anyone can access that. We have a local scholarship that students can apply for called the Montague Scholarship that can also help with some needs as well.
What is the major obstacle for some students who have a hard time coming forward even when they know they have a problem? 'Cause sometimes, I know they're not aware, but what prevents students from coming forward sometimes, you think?
It could be a variety of reasons. It could be cultural, that maybe in their culture and their family, there's this kind of mentality of like, you deal with problems in-house and you don't tell other people your problems, or you don't dare, you don't air your dirty laundry, that kind of mentality. And sometimes it could be awareness. They don't know what services are available. Counseling can be very expensive if you're trying to do private pay.
Not very much available either.
Right. And it could take a really long time to even get an appointment through a local agency and things like that. So they may not know that there are services free and available to them on campus, for example. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity in this forum to share more information about such an important topic like mental health and wellness, and just to let you know that I'm here, and then I'm also trying to get out there to our student body, and we have different wellness events that are coming up this semester, from COVID support group, acing the interview, a wellness walk that I'm partnering with Active Minds and Student Activities, and a wellness day that we're going to have before finals that I'm partnered up with Student Activities. And that interview is partnering up with Career Services. So I'm just trying to get out there, reach more students, let them know what services we have available, and see how else we can provide some assistance.
What's the easiest way a student can get a hold of you?
The best way is counseling@alvincollege.edu.
Well, thanks for coming by today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
To learn more about Active Minds, you can email Cindy Dalmolin at cdalmolin@alvincollege.edu. To read about these stories and more, visit alvincollege.edu.